Hey guys, my name's Hani, and I have received my first parcel from Beckett. So looking forward to opening this, and wish me luck. So see how I could open this. So. I've set a lot of raw cards. They're all Michael Jordan. For step 1, Larry Bird. I've sent 60 cards. Some were crossover gradings, and some were to get regraded. And the rest of them were just raw cards that I just sent out to get graded. So I'm not gonna lie, I received an email from them telling me what I received in my cards. I read them, so not every one of them were pristine 10 or 9.5 or 9s. I had a few low ones, so it is what it is. You have to accept it. I trust Beckett, though it's my first time, but I'm really looking forward to this. So it's like open up my present for birthday, so looking forward to this, and wow, oh, look at that, PWCC, well familiar with him, and let's put this box over there. Now, the fork is. Okay, so got the bubble wrap out of the way, and now just opening up this plastic right here. Gee, they're not trying to give you a lot of plastic, for protection. So I'm almost there. Thank you for being patient. Okay, now here we are. Card number 1. Come out. Okay. Card number 1. Larry Bird, star. 1985. Rookie of the year. Last 11 rows, 9.5. Centering edges, centering edges and corners, 9.5. 9 for surface. I'm happy, 9.5. Some are sent to get regraded. and they didn't regrade them. So, you know, see what the go is. Yeah, now come out fresh. Okay, so 2001 and 2 Upper Deck MJ is back, 23 karat gold, got a 9, 9.5 for centering and edges, 9 for corners and surfaces. This is number 17 out of 23. This is a beautiful condition, this one, so yeah. Okay. Upper Deck 91, 92 upper promos. Got a 9. You know, I've got a 999 for, and I got triple nines, and I got a 9.5 for surface. You know, Bowman's Best Refractors. You know, number 60. I got a 9.5. I got a quad 9.5. You know, so yeah. All these are going to go up for sale. I'm going to list these on eBay as soon as I can. You know, so, you know, hopefully, you know, make some money out of it. Round Ball Royalty Refractors. I've got 2 9.5s for centering and edges, 9 for corners, 8.5 for centering, surface, sorry. Yep. Okay, I got Finest Refractors, 8.5 for centering, 9 for corners, 9.5 for edges, and 8 for surface. You know, it's more goldish than it's supposed to be. The original is supposed to be red. But yeah, you know, the surfering on that has kind of faded, so it's turned a bit more goldish. I've got a fair few refractors here, so you know, yeah, there's a fair bit. Okay, Mystery Finers Bordered Refractors. You know, this is at 9, 9.5 for centering and corners, 10 for edges, and 8 for surface. You know, wish the surferings were better, but I can't see where. You know, okay, you know, I don't know why, but the surface looks pretty great. Ooh, oh, I'm happy with this. Topps Chrome Refractors, 9798, serial number 123, 9.5. I got 9 for the centering, I'm assuming, and the rest are 9.5s. Yeah. Shooting Stars. I got 9 mint, 8.5 for centering, 9.5 for surface, 9.5 for edges, and 9 for corners. Yep. 1990 and 91 Fleer, number 26, came back 9.5. Yep. I got another one at 9 mint. I got 3 9.5s and an 8.5 for surface. Zone Busters Refractors. I sent this, I got this, I got a quad 9.5 for everything. There was a time I sent this to get regraded. There was 3 9.5s and a 9. I sent it to get regraded, and now I got a quad 9.5. So I'm very happy with that. You know, Coast to Coast Refractors 9.5. I sent this to get regraded as well. This was like also the night of the Zone Busters. 3 9.5s and a 9. I got 2 9.5s, a 9, and a 10. A 10 for surface. So that improved pretty well as well. What else have I got? I got there are two types of these. This is just the refractor. There's an atomic refractor, and this is just the refractor. I sent this to get regraded as well. This one improved pretty well. There was three 9.5s and a 9. Now I got three 9.5s and a 10. So that improved pretty well. This is the mirror image refractors. And I've got here the die cuts. The die cuts hero championship. This I had. I got 9.5 for centering edges, 10 for surface, and 9 for corners. Before I had three 9.5s, and now I've got a 10 for surface. So I'm quite happy with that. I sent that out to get regraded as well. This one is also another regrade. I had three 9.5s and a 9. Now I've got a 10 for edges. So this got a regrade as well. And I got Rockstar's refractors. I had three 9.5s and a 9. Now I've got three 9.5s and a 10 for surface. I'm very happy with that. That was a regrade. Oh wow. Ooh, just gave me chills up and down my spine. Showcase Legacy. There's only 20 in the world. As for you could see, I'll turn it upside down. You probably get a better reading. I sent this to get regraded. I had three 9.5s and a 9. Now I've got two 9.5s, a 9, and a 10 for edges. So I'm pretty happy with that. That improved by a 0.5. Rookie of the year, the Star Last Roy's. 8.5. I've got triple 9.5, and I've got a 7.5 for surface. I don't know how, but it looks pretty clear to me. But I'm sure these guys know what they're doing, so it is what it is. But I'm happy with the 8.5. 8.5 is still pretty good, that's a disappointment. Holding courts, refractors. I've got an 8. Centering 8, edges 9, surface 8, corners 9.5. These are all going to go on eBay for sale. So the Seasons Crown memorabilia at 8.5. This is a 2007, 2008 Ultra Seasons Crowns. 8.5 for Black Diamond Double Diamond Jersey. 8.5 for edges and corners. 9 for surface and 9.5 for centering. I got a 9 for this refractor right here. 8.5 for the centering, 9 for edges, and 9.5 for corners and surface. I also have a 8.5 for the 2007-8 Flea missing links. 8.5. Okay, I got a 7. I've sent about 4 of these. I've got more, but I sent out the best ones that I think they'll possibly get the best gradings through the conditions. But surface 6 for a surface. I All right, 8.5 for corners, 8 for centering and edges. So, that's a bit of bad luck there. What have I got here? Okay. It's ticked for questionable authenticity. I sent this to get graded. Big men on court. It's just questionable authenticity to see if it's original or not. I'm assuming, it must be a fake. But yeah, it's not a ZP. It's just a normal big men's on court. What else do I have here? I sent this to get regraded. I sent this to get regraded, and they didn't regrade it. They just gave me I don't understand what this means. I don't understand. They just got circles all over the place. Like, what circles must mean? Or he's doing donuts or something. Like, unbelievable. What else have I got? Skybox Premium Center Stage. I sent 2 of these to get graded. Only 1 got graded. Evidence of recoloring. Okay. Well, I never done anything to it. I bought it the way it is. And I haven't changed anything about it. So, moving on. What's this? Questionable edge, I think it is. Back. Now, part of me regrets buying this, and part of me doesn't. Part of me regrets buying it because it's from Gem Grading. I've heard bad things about them after I bought this. So that's why part of me regrets buying it, because I heard that they trim their cards, to make it a better conditioning and to suit their cases. So they didn't cross over it. So I'll just put that aside. And I got Precious Metal Gems Red. I don't know why they didn't regrade this. It's still in the same badge with the same serial number that they have up here. So that's they just came back normal the way it was. Okay. I have a monumental. There's only 2 of these in the world. This is one of 2. It's a very thick card, this one. This one came back 9.5 for centering, 9 for edges and surface, and an 8.5 for corners. Yeah. I like how thick this case is. So what I got here? I got scoring magnet graded at 8. Not happy with that. you know, I thought I'll get better than that, at least 8.5 or a 9, but never in the world will I think 9.5 for centering, 8.5 for edges, 9 for surface, and a 7 for edges. Wow, 7 for edges. You know, I say it now. I never noticed that. Yeah, along over here on that edge there, it's like a bit, you know, the edge, it's not as nice and neat as it is compared to the other side. Planet metal, 8.5, 9.5 for centering, 9 for surface, 8 for corners, 8.5 for edges. You know, I once, this is a Topps Chrome Refractors Top 40. I got a 10 for centering and a triple 9.5. I remember when I first bought this, it was in a 9.5K slab, and when I received it, it was broken, and it really, really annoyed me, because I'm assuming it would have been how when I received it from the mailman. They probably didn't do a good job securing it properly. So 2009 and 10 Combos Materials, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, 9.5. I got 10 for surface. I got a 9.5 for edges and corners and a 9 for centering. This is 110 out of 155. I got a 9 for Fast and Furious Refractors. I got an 8.5 for Flea's second year. 8 for centering, 9 for corners, 9.5 for edges, and 8.5 for surface. Yeah. Wow. I got a 6. Wow, no, lucky. I should try Lotto or the Powerball. Yeah, I got a 6. 7 for centering, 8 for corners, 8.5 for edges, and I got a 5 for surface. Wow. Yeah. A 5. Got a 7.5 for a Flea. So, all right. 7 for the corners, 9.5 for the surface, 9 for the edges, and 8.5 for the centering. Golden Touch, 8. Reason why it's an 8 is because the seller, I'm very disappointed with. I bought these off him, and they were ungraded. They were just raw. And the way he packed it, he affected the card on top over here on the edge, which is why I got a 7. I got an 8.5 for corners and a 9.5 for centering and surface. If he wasn't for that edge over here, the conditioning was better, then I would have got a better grade, all because of the seller, and by the time it received to me, I was, I picked it up pretty cheap, but I don't think I'll get my money back for it being graded at 8. Ooh, wow, I'm happy with this. Team Night Sheets. Yeah, 9.5, triple 9.5 and a 9 for corners. Premium center stage, I got a 9. 9.5 for centering, 8.5 for edges, 9 for surface and corners. Fleer hardwood leaders. I got a 8 for this, and I don't know how. You know, like centering 9.5, and the rest is centering 7.5, and the rest are 9.5. So, you know, if the centering was better, you know, then obviously would have got a better grade. All because of the centering was at 7.5. Wow. And the rest is 9.5. You know. New highlights. Fleer new highlights, 9.5. I got 9.5 for centering and edges, 9 for the corners, and 10 for the surface. You know, quite happy with that. Bowman's best refractors. I got a 9 min. 9.5 for the centering and edges, a 10 for the corners, and an 8.5 for the surface. So yeah, you know, I reckon that's a pretty good grading. I don't understand, you know, you have a double 9.5, a 10 and an 8.5. If you minus a 0.5 out of the 10 into the 8.5, you get triple 9.5 and a 9, and they usually come out at 9.5, you know, the total grade. I don't understand how, you know, how this works, you know. They tend to work out at the minimum high score, you know, for the total grade. I got an 8.5 for this Bowman's best refractors. 8 for centering, 8.5 for surface, 9.5 for corners and edges. Well, I'm happy with this. I got a 9.5 refractors. I sent this out to get regraded. I had 2 9.5s, a 9 and a 10. Now I got triple 9.5 and a 10. You know, so yeah, I sent that out to get regraded, and I came back better. You know, I got 92, 93 Fleer, came back at 8.5. 9 for the corners and edges, 8 for the centering, and 9.5 for the surface. So yeah, what else have I got? Sharpshooters, the 93, 94 Fleer, came back at 8 with a 9.5 centering, 7.5 corners, 9 edges, and a 9.5 surface. Excuse me. Scoring Kings, 93, 94, came back at 8.5. Got a 9.5 for centering, 8.5 for edges, 8 for corners, and a 9 for surface. I had this at raw. You know, I'm happy it came back at 8.5. I knew I wouldn't get anything better than that, but I thought I'd probably get an 8 or a 7.5. It came back 8.5. I'm happy with that. You know, I have a couple of these, but I sent the best one out, and I got a 9. 9 for centering, 9 for corners and surface, and a 9.5 for the edges. This is the 9091 Fleer All Stars. You know, good card, that one. Would have been better if it was a 9.5. Okay, sent this out to get regraded. No, I didn't. I had this at raw, and this came back 9.5. I got 10 for centering, 9.5 for edges and corners, and a 9 for surface. I'm going to save the best 3 for last. I had this crossover. This was at PSA. This was at 9 and came back at 9. 9.5 for centering and surface, 8.5 for edges, and a 9 for corners. You know, so you know, 8.5 for centering. Yeah, I see it now. You know, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the 9. Well, what do I start with? Okay. I have at PSA 10 two of the exact same cards of the Essential Credentials Michael Jordan, 2006 at 7, PSA 10, Gem Mint. I sent them to Beckett to get crossover to Beckett. You guys would have seen it on eBay. I have one at number 4 out of 77, one at 61 out of 77. I sent them to get it crossover by Beckett, and you know, they both come back at 9.5. The first one is the number 4 out of 77, 10 for centering, 9.5 for corners and edges, and a 9 for surface. You know, I'm very happy with that. I really am. This is the exact same card, but the number 61 of 77, and this one came back even better. This one I got a 10 and a triple 9.5. So I'm really happy with that. Yeah. And the best one. I already showed you one at 8.5. Now I've got another one here at 9.5, quad 9.5, and it's the 1985 Star Last 11 Roy's Rookie of the Year. This is that's my collection. This is all them, how they're piled up. And I sent these to get regraded, and they didn't get regraded for some reason. They just came back still graded but not regraded. So I still have this refractor. I had this on eBay. I forgot to take it off listings, and I sold it. And then when I realized that this is one of the cars that was at Beckett getting regraded, I had to refund the buyer's money and inbox him to let him know that that the car's gone to get regraded. So hopefully, if you're watching this, I did make a promise to you that when the card comes back, I'm going to inbox you, and I am going to do that. I'm going to do that right away. So if you're still interested, this card is yours. I'll keep this aside for you if you're still interested. If not, I'll just put it back up on listings. I have